this video for us tonight. You know, we always try to find a perfect video, and they're all great. And it's like we have a hard time just picking out the video, but we really want to base it on the majority of our team. And we just know that you guys have been doing an amazing job, you know, the last couple of months, and just bringing on some really amazing people to the team. So we always want to try to cater to the new people as well as the veterans and the leaders as well. So Jen, I will have you just kind of talk about a little bit about what we're about to see for Motivation Monday.
Okay, so what we're about to watch is, I don't know if everyone is a part of the daily experience page. If you're not, let your leader know and we can add you, but it's full of awesome training calls, videos from RFX Circle Achievers. And if you're not familiar with that, that is the tippy top of the company. That is the top, like, 0.5% of the company. So they've been in the trenches and they've been where we are. So they do these great training videos. And tonight's video is from an RFX Circle Achiever about the top 10 landmines that can prevent you from being successful in this business. And it covers everything. So even if you're new and if you're a veteran, I think we can all benefit from this. And the thing that I took away from this is that, you know, at the end of the day, we can all find reasons not to work our business, but we just have to put that aside and go back to our why and remember why we're doing this. And, you know, she kind of, she goes through the most common things that prevent us from working our business. So I think it's good for new people and old people as well.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll do a sound check in the chat once I start playing. So I'm going to mute everyone. Let me do that first. Mute all. All right.
Coming to you from a Chicago blizzard on March 14th. Today's March 14th. So anyway, I wanted to, I'm so excited to train you today, honestly. I love this page so much. I learn from it every single day, and my team is just on fire for it. So thank you to all the leaders that have allowed us to train on this call. My name is Rose Gallo Rojas, and like I said, I'm coming to you from Chicago. There is a blizzard outside. We have like 3 inches of snow. We had such a mild winter, and all of a sudden we got a huge dumping of snow. So it's typical for us, and we're used to it. But anyway, today I'm going to share with you the 10 landmines that get in the way of our success in this business. Because I know that we sometimes see huge success stories, overnight success stories, and we think, well, there must be something wrong with me, and why am I not doing that? And I want you to know that every single person who has been successful in Rodan and Fields has gone through, has encountered each and every one of these landmines, all right? So I'll tell you a little bit of my story. I actually was never an entrepreneur. I never thought that I would, be doing this. I was in the corporate world for 20 plus years, and I did well. I worked really hard. I climbed the corporate ladder and got to a VP level. I had 2 beautiful daughters and a wonderful husband, and life was good. It was super stressful, long hours, a lot of travel, and but I felt like I was doing it for my family, and so I kept trudging through, right, on that hamster wheel. And then when the economy crashed in 2009, the company that I had been with for 8 years restructured, and I was downsized. And I didn't deserve it. I say this humbly, but I honestly was good at what I did. And when that happened, it changed my life. Because for the first time, I realized that when you are employed by someone, they own you. They control you. because they sign your check. And I never really saw it that way because good employees in any other economy were protected and rewarded. And so it changed. I had that aha moment that we all have, and it would never be the same for me. And so I was looking for a different way, but I didn't really want all the expense of a brick and mortar. And I found Rodan & Fields, not through a trusted friend, through a random posting on a social media site. And when I connected the dots, I really just couldn't say no. And here I am 7 years later. I am now earning way more than twice what I used to earn as a VP at the highest level of my income plus bonus. So that is life-changing. That is life-changing skincare. And so I want to take a little time just to kind of go through the 10 landmines that get in the way of your success. The first one is, my upline sucks. I do not have a good upline. She doesn't help me. She never told me what a glow pack was. She doesn't, do calls for me. She's not available, right? But you don't need to have a good upline. Your upline, if your upline is good, that's the cherry on top. You are blessed. You are lucky that you had someone good to mentor and coach you. Her job is not to make you successful and to teach you everything there is to know about Rodan & Fields. His or her job is they introduced you. And yeah, it would be great if they were good, but if they're not, you have to be good. You have to learn. You have to want it more than they want it for you, okay? So do not play the blame game, because that is going to slow you down and make you feel bad and start making you second guess whether you're in the right team or whatever. You're on the right team. You're on the team you're supposed to be on. Just go with it, right? The second landmine is negative self-talk. The noise inside our head is so detrimental to our business. The way we talk about ourselves, I'm not a good salesperson. Nobody wants to do this. The products are too expensive. My team, never shows up. All of those things bring you down and make you feel bad about yourself and make you feel bad about your business. What you think about, you bring about. Your thoughts have energy. And so if you're putting negative stuff out there about your ability and your team, you're going to keep bringing that. So whenever, I suggest that whenever you have those negative thoughts, just replace it with a positive thought, right? When you think, I'm not a good salesperson or I'm not a salesperson, think, I am a great mentor. I love on people and I love teaching them, and I'm going to build a huge team because I love coaching. Just replace it with something positive. And when you think, oh, these products are too expensive, my friends don't want to buy them, just say, they're not the right people for this product. There's plenty of people in the marketplace who love clinical skincare that actually delivers results, and I'm just going to find them. All right? So negative self-talk is a huge landmine that the earlier you start to replace that with something positive, the better. The third one is comparison. How many of you have compared yourself to the person on the Sunday night call? You know, those success stories of people getting to level 5 in 5 weeks and earning their Lexus in 6 months and RFX in 2 years, those are amazing stories and really inspiring, but those are not typical. Those are not typical. And it's not your journey. And if you compare yourself to the person next to you or the person above you or whatever, you're always going to feel inadequate. You're always going to feel not as good as. So compare yourself to yourself. Compare yourself to how you were last year. As long as you're better today than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you were today, that's a good comparison. Always strive to get better and better at this, because right now we're in school. I'm still in school. I am in network marketing school. And I never stop learning. I'm so hungry to learn, because as I learn and get better at this, I can then teach my team, and I can inspire them, and I can talk to somebody who needs what we have, and that's really what this is about. The next landmine is, it's saturated. I started too late. And I'm going to tell you, I almost started too early. Because back then we didn't have success. We didn't have a car program. We weren't number one. We had not really proven ourselves, and it was so much harder. Right now, Rodan & Fields is available in about 8% of the global skincare market. U.S. and Canada is maybe 10, let's say 10% of the global skincare market. What that should tell you is that you should run like the wind right now, because the lion's share of growth is still in front of us. And when you know that Rodan & Fields disrupted the big three, right? We're number 2 now in premium skincare in the U.S. That means they took market share away from other top brands in the U.S. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to take market share as we expand globally, you guys, and there's still a lot of the world to conquer, right? There's still a lot of the world in front of us. So get excited about what you have, because honestly, you should be jumping out of your skin every day when you think about your future. If I had known, if I had a company like Rodan & Fields when I was 35 or 40, my team calls me Mama Rose. Honestly, if I was 35 and had this in front of me, oh my God, you guys, it is going to be a beautiful life. And not that it's not already, but just the way that this business opens your heart and the way that it allows you to pour into others just because you can, just because you want to, that's really amazing. The 5th landmine is, I don't have a big enough network. I don't know enough people. Well, I just told you my story, and I told you that I joined a random person on a social media site. You could literally be a hermit. You could be a hermit in this business and just build a business very, kind of behind the scenes, because the internet has changed everything. You do know enough people. You have to work your business. It's not magic. They're not going to come out of the woodwork looking for you. But because we have access to the internet, we have friends and acquaintances and connections all over the planet that are looking for what we have, okay? So don't ever feel like you don't have a big enough network, because network marketing means it's not just about who you know, it's about who the people you know, and the people they know, and the people they know. So it's not dependent just on your network. Dream big, think big. You know what? I thought this was going to work, but I'm just too busy. As it turns out, I just don't have time for this business. I'm so busy. I have a more than full-time job. I have 3 kids and a husband, and I've got soccer practice and dance recitals, and I just can't. Well, just know that's a choice. That's a choice. Because 90% or more of the people that do this business are busy. Everyone is busy. There's never going to be a time where you think to yourself, okay, now I'm not busy and I'm going to be able to build a business. Because you do build it in the nooks and crannies initially. You find those little moments in your day that you can fit Rodan & Fields into. And if you continually tell yourself you're too busy, again, that's one of those negative self-talk things that we do, it's always going to fall to the bottom of your to-do list, and you're never going to get to it. So prioritize your Rodan & Fields business. Make it part of your have to, not your want to. Your have to. You have to shower every day. You have to drive your kids to school. You have to go to work. You have to take that call. You have to have that meeting with your boss. You have to work Rodan & Fields. It's part of what you do. It's part of your daily, activity. It's part of your calendar. Calendarize your Rodan & Fields business, okay? I have an unsupportive spouse. And you know what, you guys? That's one of the biggest landmines. It really is. because the person you love the most is the one that you want to help you and the person you want to support you. But the reason they're not supportive is because you're not making enough money. You're not making any money. You're taking time away from your family, and it's not correlating to what your paycheck is. Because they don't understand that this is a leveraging model, right? It's over time. It's compounding interest. That's really the way I like to say it. If you invest $1,000 and you make 10% on that, you now have $1,100, which is part of what you reinvest. So now you have $1,100 earning interest instead of $1,000, and then that $1,100 becomes $1,500, and then that $1,500 becomes $5,000, and so on and so on. So as long as you're making progress and you can show that to your spouse, they should be okay with it. But guess what? They might not be. They might miss you. They might want you around. You have to have enough belief for both of you. You have to have enough resolve and enough persistence and enough commitment for both of you. And eventually, when you start to really replace a full-time income and pay bills and take vacations, they're going to thank you for not quitting. They're going to thank you for having enough belief for both of you, okay? The next one is my team doesn't duplicate. My team doesn't duplicate. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They just don't get it. Well, you know, this is a volunteer army. You can't control what your team does. All you can control is what you do. That you follow the system, that you do your personal activity every day, that you lead by example, and your team does what they want to do. As long as you are leading through the duplication model and you're teaching them how this works, their willingness to duplicate is on their shoulders, not yours. You brought them into the business, but their success is on their shoulders, not on your shoulders, right? So if your team isn't duplicating, and I venture to say that some people are and some people aren't. You're probably looking at your front line and saying, why aren't they duplicating? Because, you know, they could easily be an EC leg, but they just don't. That's not who they are. I remember Chris Diaz, who used to be our VP of Sales, who I love dearly and miss terribly. He would say to me, Rose, don't make people what they're not. If someone is a PC, don't try to make them a consultant. If someone is a consultant, don't try to make them an EC. Don't try to make them a level 5. All you can do is bring the horse to water. You cannot make them drink. So instead of focusing on what they're doing or not doing, focus on what you're doing, all right? Let your team get to their goals the way they get to their goals. Don't let it define you. Keep focusing on your personal activity. Then fear. Fear and its little cousin, doubt. You can't have belief and faith that you're going to do something and get to a certain goal if you're always in fear. If you're afraid of success or afraid of failure or afraid of talking to someone or afraid of, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone, you're never going to get there, because fear and faith cannot coexist. You're either fearful or you're faithful. You either believe or you don't. It can't be both, right? And then doubt. When you doubt yourself, when you think, did I say that right, or did I do that right, or was that correct what I said, or am I ever going to get to RFX? It's a choice. It's a choice. It's going to take you whatever time it takes you. It's your journey. But getting to RFX is a choice. You just have to follow the system and be persistent and get better each and every day, and eventually you will find your tribe and you will reach not only that goal, but goals even bigger. You know of people that have built orphanages in this business and that have adopted children from Ethiopia, and huge goals, you guys. Big, big, abundant, bodacious goals. And then the 10th one is analysis paralysis. Okay, analysis paralysis. Getting ready to get ready. I'm going to read the compensation plan and understand it inside and out, and then I'm going to be ready to start talking to people about this business. I'm going to learn every ingredient, every product, every whatever nuance, and then I'm going to make comparisons to other lines and how they compare to our... That's not how this is. That's not duplication. You can sit there getting ready to get ready for months. You can sit in front of Pulse for hours and you're not building a business. That's not income generating. So I would suggest that you only do that when you have already finished your reach outs, when you've already done the hard work. Always do the hard work first, and then this stuff, the fun stuff, can come later. So those are 10. But I'm going to give you one more. I'm giving you a bonus. And that is quitting too soon. Quitting too soon. Giving up on your dream. Deciding that it just wasn't for you. It was for her. It was for him. It was for those big leaders. I'm just not cut out for it. Don't quit too soon. Because miracles happen on the other side of that comfort zone. So, you guys, honestly, this business has changed my life and my family's life and the people on my team, and I'm so grateful for all of it. Financially, of course, that's a great plus. The perks are amazing. But just the quality of your life, the people that it brings into your life are just so awesome. They're like-minded people, and they become your friends, your family. That is such a gift, and I want that for all of you. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me and for going live. I appreciate you. Thank you, Team Up, for hanging with me and being so wonderful. I'm so proud of all you guys. I love you. Have a great day.
She is absolutely amazing. Short and sweet and to the point. I wrote my takeaways down, but I'd love to hear anyone else that would just like to share anything that just kind of like, wow, when she said it, that was me. I know, Alice, you had wrote something in the chat, but had anyone else, I mean, Alice, if you want to elaborate on that, hon, like if you want to just share what really stuck out to you. Oh, let me unmute you. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I went back and forth with Alta, I think, like for 2 months, you know, and should I or shouldn't I, you know, I guess that's just my personality. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Okay, well, how many do I have to get in order to make this work? If I get this many people before I even signed up, how do I get that to work? I think I drove her nuts.
No, you didn't.
You know, but I mean, it just, yeah, she's right. Sometimes, you know, you just really have to just jump in and not think. My thing is I can't think too far ahead. Like if I think about the future and, oh my gosh, you know, this might happen and that might happen, it stresses me out. The future stresses me out. I just have to think, okay, well, I'm only 3 inches ahead of myself today, and that's all I'm going to do.
You know, and I love that about you, Alice, and for the leaders that are sponsoring and have new consultants, you know, we have to be open to whatever level our consultants want to come in at. And I love that, Alice, you know, you definitely don't, I love your energy, so I feed off of your energy, number one, so I don't care what comes out of your mouth. It's your energy. So, but I love that you communicate that with me. You know, there's certain things that I shared with Alice and she communicated that stresses me out.
I mean, she shared like this earning schedule.
Yeah.
And I know that she meant it to be inspirational. But like me looking at that and thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to make that in 1 month. There's just no way. I was like, okay, seriously, I was like, okay, do I just quit now or do I just hang in there for maybe one more month?
Yeah.
What happens?
We have to be able to, we all go at different paces, but the actions are still the same. And as leaders, certain things we have to make sure that we're reading our consultants and communicating that back and forth. So I love that you're so open. And when I do coach, Alice, it's today's focus is all I need you to do is take a picture with your mask on. That's it. And keep talking to people. I mean, I keep it that simple with her, and that's what she enjoys and that's what she likes. So we have to understand every level that our consultants are coming in at. So thank you so much for being so communicative with me.
You're welcome.
Anyone else would like to share kind of what stood out to them with the video?
I would like to share.
Okay. Where are you? Let's see.
Do you see me? My favorite part is when she says, don't quit too soon. I just wanted to share like what that means to me, because, when you quit too soon, you're saying no to your future, and you're also saying no to your future team. There is one time that I wanted to quit this business. A lot of people don't know this, but it was 2 weeks into it. I was in tears, crying to my husband. I cannot balance this. I'm working full time. I'm on this workout schedule, this diet plan. It's just too much to juggle. And he's like, Jen, if you want to quit, that's fine. But I think you should, just hang on. You'll get through it. And that day that I wanted to quit, it was just me. I was a team of one. And had I quit, I would have ended as a team of one. Now I have an organization of over 100 people. If I had quit that day, I was saying no to my future team. And I always think of that. With this business, you never know what's right around the corner. And even still today, I'll go a few weeks not even signing a new PC. And then boom, one day I have 3 new PCs. Like it's just, that's the nature of the business. You never know what's around the corner. And if I had quit those 2 weeks in, I had no idea I was going to have an organization of this size in this time frame. So just hang on to that. That's the best piece of advice that I can give to anybody.
Oh my God, that's so key. Knowing that the failures and the all of the heartache, right, and the disappointments. I think it's just more disappointment that you would think that certain people would, certain people would support you, or you felt like you said, can balance it, and you get into it, and you're like, wait, I didn't realize it took all this, right? And you just try to juggle it, and you see those reasons to quit. So I think it's important to know that expect the feelings, expect the feelings of uncertainty, and expect you questioning if you can handle it on a daily basis. And it's just, and that brings you to like your self-talk, right? So if you're negatively self-talking, like maybe I can't, right? If you're going to make something up about yourself, just make it up good. Just say you can, because both of them, you're telling it to yourself. So thank you so much, Jen, for sharing that with everyone. Because I think it's important, being that we have so many new people on, that's probably all within a 2-week time frame.
Yeah, I kind of just I hit that wall, oh my gosh, what did I do? What am I doing? And I was in tears because I had a few no's that day or that week. And I was like, is this really worth it? And now looking back, I'm like, thank God I didn't quit. I mean, I'm retired from my job now because I decided to hang on, and I had decided to believe in the opportunity and believe in myself enough to know that something great could be around the corner.
That's so good. Yeah, no, thank you. Anyone else? Jacqueline? Tina?
I would love to talk, but I'm scared it's going to get loud back here. Stuff's
Well, we
happening.
have 4 kids and your sister.
My sister's in the background too. No, everything I was nodding the entire time that Rose was talking, and I was just like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Because it was, why am I doing this? Did I make the right decision? But like Jen said, if I had said no, then, you know, my entire team wouldn't be here too. I mean, and like Monique's here, Selena's here, Kathy, my sister, and Gloria's here. And it's just like, just seeing that I've changed my life, and I see that they're all changing their lives too. It's that baby. Sorry. You just need to believe in yourself and do that self-talk. And you know, one day I'll be like, God, I suck. This totally sucks. This month is horrible. And then all of a sudden the next day you're just like, oh my God, I got a new consultant, or oh my God, I have 2 new PCs. It's just the regular ups and downs, and like you shared last week, it was the peaks and valleys and that little chart that you had. It's just every day.
And knowing it's going to happen, I think, is just vital. I think that that's just the most important mindset that you have to accept. Right?
What I love, I don't love about it. What I tend to do is that whenever I feel down, I'm like, oh, I just need to kick myself out of it. I need to hurry up and get over this or get through it so I can go back up. Because you know, I need to go through it in order to go back up, instead of just really getting stuck at that low moment.
That's so true. Yeah, definitely. Mary P, I don't know if you're able to chat. I know that you're driving, but I know that you had an experience recently that I had to talk you off of the cliff.
Yes.
So let me
I was actually going to say I wanted to share, because my biggest takeaway was my team's not duplicating. And, you know, they're not on this call. And, you know, I have to keep reminding myself that not everybody has the same why as me. Not everybody is as driven as I am to make this work. You know, everybody's got their lives, and I just have to understand that and continue leading by example and just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and just, you know, keep in touch with them and keep checking in with them. And so I've continued to do that, and, you know, they'll come back if and when they're ready.
That's right.
And yeah, so I had a really rough February because all of my PCs pushed off until the next month, and I had maybe 3 auto ships set for that month, and it was the 21st. And I remember talking to you, and I talked to Jacqueline, and you guys just reminded me to detach myself from the results and just concentrate on doing the income producing activity that, you know, that we're taught. And in that last week of February, I just put my head down and, you know, just put my blinders up, and I somehow pulled something off in February, and I just turned it around. So, you know, if anybody, if you're stuck, like Jen was saying, you know, you might have like no PCs in 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden you've got 3 in one day. So you just kind of have to keep
4 in one day. We had a conversation on a Tuesday. She had nothing going on, and by Wednesday she had 4 PCs. I don't know what hat she pulled that one out of, but it's a mindset shift. She just decided to quit woes meing and started doing reach outs.
Well, and I gotta say, you didn't give up, Mary. You were having a tough month, but you kept trying to do something. You hosted 2 virtual events in a week. And we had never done that before. We hosted, we had our two of your PCs host a virtual event for you. And you were willing to try anything. You try different things. You just never gave up on yourself. And so sometimes when something doesn't work, you try something else. And, you know, you got it done. You end up having a really good month.
Seriously. What Eric Worre teaches, you know, when you start having doubt, fear, anxiety, insecurity, all those negative emotions, you got to just get into action mode. The only thing that's going to get rid of those emotions is action. And if you're not hosting events and you start getting into your own head and you're not inviting to virtual events, or you're not sending up three-way calls, and you're in this doing this, trying to do this by yourself without that camaraderie of the team, whether it be virtually or physically, it doesn't matter, because we're all connected. There's no, we're across, the United States here on this call. So it's just staying in action mode. And that is what got you through that month, and through that valley. So congratulations. That's
Thank you.
pretty amazing. When she texted me the next day, that was crazy. What's that? I thought somebody was trying to say something. Anyone else would like to share?
Yeah, I had one of my other takeaways was, because Rose Gallo, she was the, what was it, CEO of Smashbox Cosmetics.
Yes.
And, she had joined, I forgot how many years ago, but she said, I almost joined too early, because back then they didn't have, some of the things that they have in place now. And I think we sometimes forget that where we are right now in joining the business, if you just started, even, we've been in the business I've been in it for a year and a half, and even anyone who's been in it 2 years, it's different today than it was when we started. I remember going to convention last October, and they had a whole new campaign. It was exciting, all the things that they were talking about that they were going to start doing, and that every year there was going to be a new country, and they hired this chief technology officer that used to be with I think HP or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell the company was so forward thinking and where they were going to go, and they haven't even shared with us even a fourth of what they're planning to do with the company. But you can just feel that big things are happening, and they're still happening. We only know so much of that. And so just like if you guys listen to that Jim Larson call where he's like, what did he say? Like, tell everyone that this is amazing or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know what's going to happen in the next 5-10 years, you just know that something big is happening, and you need to jump on right now. And it's hard. It is hard to explain that to somebody, but when you share it with excitement and be able to say that, I'm telling you, this is amazing. That this ice is amazing. You need to buy this ice.
Exactly. Even Eskimo needs the ice.
Everybody, all Eskimos need ice. This ice is amazing.
Jacqueline, I love when you share, because I feel like I can always bounce. Jacqueline and I started at the exact same time, so we call each other twinsies, but I always feel like I can bounce off of her. And I was at that convention too in October, and it was my first convention. And to hear the doctors themselves speak, the president of the company, the chief technology person, like, you walk away, and I swear, I was telling my husband before I even got home, like, oh my God, holy crap, if you could hear these people speak that are leading our company, like, you walk away like so pumped up because of where they are taking us. It's truly an innovative company, forward thinking, and the caliber of people who are in our corporate office would just blow your mind.
Yeah.
And that truly, so if you're not running to get a spot at convention, you really should, because I'm telling you, it will blow your mind when you get to listen to the inner workings of the minds of all of the people at corporate who are driving this company. It's truly remarkable.
And this is all done for us. It's so different from starting your own company from the ground up. Here we are, we've invested in this company, and everything's done for us. All we have to do is share about it, the research, the planning, the innovation, it's all done. It's really, really exciting. And just like Rose said, it's different from when she first started. And so we're very fortunate that we are in it now, and where social media is, where the internet's taking the business. the skies are the limit for us.
So that's so true. I do want to shout out to Melissa Campo, because she wrote on the chat, I never thought I would reach EC, which is 600, and I've reached it for 4 months in a row.
Yay!
So congratulations, hon. That's freaking awesome.
Congratulations.
That's
oh my gosh.
amazing. That's so good. Yay. So Melissa and I went to grade school together. It's awesome. I also, another one that I wanted to take away to one that I wrote down was stay hungry to learn. Stay hungry to learn. Man, I could not listen to enough YouTube videos. Guys, I know we have a ton of chats. I know that's it's so easy to chat, like ask a question in chat. But I will say this, Google search is your friend. Like anything, you could literally type in what you're typing in the chats and just search. But literally just go YouTube search anything about Rodan and Fields, the bad stuff too. Like just search and listen, search and listen, search. I do advise you to listen to credible people, but you know, like if you need product knowledge, go YouTube. Go to YouTube and just listen and listen and listen and listen to videos all the time. So always stay hungry to learn. Always plug into the trainings. Always compete with yourself. We track our numbers, right? Track your activity, track your numbers. Several of you, I know all the veterans are in an accountability chat. And if you're not in an accountability chat, please reach out to your leader. It's important. We all are in accountability chats. Every new group of people we put into a new accountability chat with Jacqueline and Jen, you know, that relationship that they have. Jennifer's in New Orleans, Jacqueline's in Southern California, but they started at the same time. And they've been growing together through this journey. So you are going to get to know the people that you're starting with, because you're starting around the same time and level. So you're going to grow together and you're going to help encourage each other and you're going to become almost family with each other. So always be around and be hungry to learn. Ask if you want to be in an accountability chat. I highly suggest that. Ask your leader. And then we always can find a reason why we're too busy, right, to work our business. Every single one of us. Every single one of us can say, I can't work this business because X, Y, Z. And I love how she said, just make it part of your day. It's like going to the gym. I wish I had my husband's mentality about that. It's part of his inhale and an exhale. It's part of his day. It's part of his life, right? So make Rodan and Fields part of your day. It's just what you have to do every single day. So I love that she said that. And those were just my final takeaways, as well as you cannot have fear and faith at the same time. You have to have one or the other, right? So that the beauty of that is we get to choose which road we want to take with that. So I know that I don't want to go too over our time. I think we're doing actually good on time. So I'll open it up, and if anyone has anything else to add on or chime in, I'd love to hear it. If not, I hope everyone had a great, took a lot of things, took away things from this video. I'll post a replay once I convert it into YouTube. We got the thumbs up from Daphne. She's rolling over there. Where's Nicolette? Is she on? Oh, you're muted, hun.
I'm in South Carolina taking care of a sick friend.
Oh.
I just made a step.
Oh, well, so glad you're able to take some time out to be on tonight.
She's going to be a preferred customer, though.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, enjoy your time.
Thank you, Alta, and I'll catch up on the beginning of your virtual tomorrow, probably, when I'm on my way home.
All right, love. Thank you. All right, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Have a wonderful week. It's what, the 20th auto ships hit?